Sup my dudes, Valk here, and today I'm going to be talking about miracle rares. Which ones should you get, which ones are the best, which ones in any order, like what's the order in which you should focus them, because I do know there's a lot of newer players to the game and they're all curious as to like, what should I be working on right now? I don't really know, I'm struggling through story, etc. So I'm going to be going in order today and trying to explain to you guys which ones you would really want and for what situations. Because miracle rares, if you guys don't know, these are all basically the strongest units in the game. These are all insanely powerful units that just make up the absolute like meta for a lot of things. So let's go ahead, let's get into it. First off, when you first start the game, everyone's going to tell you the same thing: get Oshi. Oshi is an absolute basically must on any team. She's pretty easy to grind. All you need is Nanami. Nanami solos her entire stage. You do want to get the auto postcards and go ahead, build up and get her made. There's a reason she's so cheap. There's a reason she's so easy to make. You really need to get your Oshi made ASAP because she is going to be the backbone for your farm for literally any team in the game. You are going to want an Oshi in it. So next up, after Oshi, you might be asking, okay, who do I want next? Dark Flame Lover is going to be who you want next. You can get Dark Flame Master and Tyrant Eye from, I believe you get them from Boss Rush, is one of the main ways you're going to get them. And you're going to want to grind them out and you're going to want to get this unit built because Dark Flame Lover is a very cheap charm unit that has a very good AoE, and charm is actually a different form of stun. I can't click it here, but charm is a different form of stun, so it won't interrupt stuns, basically. Like, let's say you stun, you know how an enemy gets stunned and then they're on cooldown for a little bit. Charm doesn't interfere with that cooldown because it's its own debuff. So you can stun, charm, and do a really good stall that way. Dark Flame Lover is really key to that. So once you get Dark Flame Lover, you got your Oshi, you got your Dark Flame Lover. Which one next? Am I free to go? Can I start building all the cool miracle rares like Lord Sombra or Yamamoto, etc.? No, because next you have to make Power Reaper. Power Reaper is pretty good, and not for this, not for the random. It can be good if you're lucky. You can get freeze a good bit of times. You can get all sorts of stuff. You can get slows. It's like his random passive isn't very good, but what is good in my opinion is the time rewind. It's insanely good. Now he can be a little bit difficult to grind because you have to grind Chaos Returns, so for newer players this could be a little bit of a grind for you guys. However, the rewind that he provides is really good for stall teams and for doing like damage grinds or orbs or whatever. They're really damn good for that. So he's a very solid unit to have. Now, after you build these three, this is when the door kind of opens and you can kind of build whoever you want. And I'm going to go down the list and talk about each one. So Yuta here, the MR Yuta, Love actually synergizes super well with Dark Flame Lover because what Love needs, Love gives Yuta 100% crit rate if he's attacking a charmed target. Dark Flame Lover applies charm. Pretty simple, right? It ends up being really good. He's probably the most recently released miracle rare, so you probably won't be grinding for him for a minute because he takes JJK, Cursed Orbs, Blood Tears, Abyss Fragments. He takes some stuff that you get later in the game, but he is a very strong unit. And then we get Shinji, the Berserk Mecha. Really strong unit. Very easy to craft. I can't stress enough how easy it is to actually make this guy. And he is very strong, especially for infinites or stages that scale, because he gets raise attack, and so he's able to just constantly pump his attack up to crazy numbers. And somebody pointed out in one of my comments on my Chaos Returns video, because you can control the mech and bring the mech up to the front of the stage while putting his actual like thing that summons the mech in. I think this is like the coolest unit in the game, by the way, because you can control the mech. But because you can keep the actual main unit way away from Dabi, he ends up becoming a very good option at actually just stomping out the enemies and actually stomping out Dabi. Basically makes it so you can just use the mech to just stomp out Dabi and you don't have to do anything. That ends up being really cool. I think Shinji's a really strong unit. Blackbeard, he's alright. I'm gonna be real. I built Blackbeard. I think he's probably like the weakest miracle rare personally. Because he does apply Despair, but it's in a line whenever Kujaku Demon does in a big fat AoE, and it's way better. Yamamoto is a good infinite unit. He has Flame 2. Really not much to go about that. Lord Sombra, probably one of the most broken units in the game. You're going to see Lord Shadow here. You're going to see Sid on basically the top of every tier list because he is just really good for racking up points for leaderboard, etc. He makes it so you can just do fat AoE nukes once you meet the damage requirement and just get a ton of score. Nuke the entire field. Very strong unit. Monoko Osho. I don't remember his actual name, which is funny. It's like Kishibe or something, right? But he has the passive of black and white. Right here it just says black, but he also has another passive that says white. Basically, it is a unique damage amp that you can apply to the enemies, and you can apply black and white to the enemies, along with despair and fear, and crank the amount of damage the enemies receive to an absolute crazy degree. Very strong unit. Luffy Emperor. Doesn't say it here, but he has raise attack for most of his time. And you can raise his attack all the way to like 30 mil or some crazy number inside a pirate team. And because there's so many good pirate units with the One Piece update, he's actually pretty strong in that regards. And I think he's really, really good, really slept on. He does a ton of damage with superpower and a fat AoE, like 30 mil on superpower and an AoE is insane, and he can reach it. He can go to some crazy degrees. I think he's a very, very strong unit. And then we get into Vegito, which I'm going to be real. I haven't built him. I haven't used him. I don't really care to use him, to be honest with you guys, because he's a crit unit. He's very, very old at this time. I don't know how good he is. I'm going to be real with you. I haven't ever seen anybody use him. So I'm just going to assume he's not worth the effort. But anybody that has him, feel free to collect me in the comment section below. I just haven't ever seen him on the top of any tier list. I've never seen anybody use him. I don't know. I don't know how good he is. I don't want to put in the effort because that's a lot of effort to get all this done. I don't want to put in the effort to actually make him and him just be doo-doo butter. But yeah, that's basically it. All these units are different. These are all grindable units that you can get. This is just, if you're not getting lucky, then you can go and actually do this and hard make these units, which I don't recommend doing that, but you can. You can hard make these units. You can see how much I ran this. I can make like several of her. But yeah, anyways, that's basically the video. I think Miracle Rares are some of the most powerful units in the game. Get to work on them. There's some really, really good ones here. And they're very, very, very good to have in your box because you don't have to pull them. You just have to put the time in and go craft them. Anyways, thank you guys for watching as always. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.